Good morning. I'm grateful for Brad and the team's emphasis upon self and ego and asking, who am I? I dwell in the world of parts and the multifaceted nature of our personalities and am clearly still on the way forward and toward greater awareness, understanding, acceptance, and mastery of my own symphony or circus, observing, appreciating, and utilizing this vast collection of parts, resources, abilities, drives, foibles, and attributes that guide and confound my human journey. The ego in and of and as me greets the ego in and of and as you. And the ego-less parts of me greet this ability in you that can be free and defenseless. My own therapy is to explore and illuminate struggles with defensiveness and insecurity and egoic drives that complicate parts of my journey. My ego, Greek meaning I, is something I can be aware of and accept, happily or unhappily, because it cannot and should not be vanquished. I count on it as a resource and guide, and also hope it is not so prominently integral to my overall life operation. I'd like to be less egoic. I'm still working on being more selfless, less I-less, and yet to also continue to accept and celebrate my unique combination of human being and human doing, my Bobness, and then to come to terms with what can be revised and tempered, as well as realizing that most of myself has a lifelong guarantee. I'm in some ways an insecure and vulnerable boy masquerading in a man's body. Other parts extremely self-assured and buoyed in a mostly healthy sense of balance and confidence. I continue to put away childhood or childish things, dancing with insecurities, trusting in my own wisdom, to see what I need to see, and to forge ahead in the time I have left, to apologize when needed, to ask forgiveness, and to commit to contributing fewer problems for myself and others, to make fewer mistakes ahead. I'm not more or less important than anyone else, and no one is more or less important than me. We are united and distinct, insecure in some ways, cocksure in others. We are bonded and alone, connected and isolated. And perhaps we can ease the burden and illusion of separateness by seeing ourselves and others differently, humans side by side, proceeding, learning, revealing through life together. When we break after the gathering, I invite us to affirm and practice some things. As we are stacking chairs, let's take time to recognize our own insecurities as well as confidences. Then let's see and encounter each other, knowing or wondering of their marvelous complexities and their abilities and their insecurities. Like me and like you, we have experienced hardships and privileges. Like me, like you, we are all encumbered with insecurities, laden with masks, hiding hurts, defending and portraying various personas. In all our being and seeming, each is so capable and scared, each so amazing and complicated. All of us, our egos, letting go and protecting, wishing to portray and wishing to be truly known and accepted. Like the rock group Rush conveyed in their excellent song Limelight off their Moving Pictures album, those who wish to be must put aside the alienation, get on with the fascination, the real relation, the underlying theme. We can be and feel intimidated around some. We can feel confident around others, having an entire spectrum of emotional responses and ego states as we go along and relate, and yet we share so much in common no matter what we convey or portray. I'm sure many may be thinking, how transparent can I be? How revealed and open? Can I approach and encounter others with an undefended heart and presence for my ego to be less egoic? So back to the song. Living on a lighted stage, approaches the unreal for those who think and feel in touch with some reality beyond the gilded stage, cast in this unlikely role, ill-equipped to act, with insufficient tact, one must put up barriers to keep oneself intact. Maybe we can be less masked and more open, more free, less egoic in our quest and risk to be real. Sure, we wear different authentic hats and occupy various parts as we move from context to context. But perhaps we can be something or someone more or different wherever we are, someone less protected, perhaps even more trusting, difficult as that may be. And then perhaps we might all be able to clunk around less with our suits of armor and dazzle less with ballroom party masks. So ego mastery perhaps is the unmasking of the unreal, a balance between self-determination and the ego tribal tendencies, trending in the middle between crippling insecurities, self-respect, healthy boundaries, and narcissism. In the end, all of us I's contend and blend and abide with the we. Might we trust in our wisdom and discernment, and yes, with some considerable risk, that we are so much the same in this sailing ship of humanity, and therefore face each other perhaps with more ease. Easier for some, excruciating for others, and for so many who struggle, no fault of their own. After the gathering, may there be recognitions and soft looks in each other's eyes and hearts. May there be warm embrace and fewer defenses. May there be distinctions and sweet melding. So be it.